The following program on KROC is sponsored and paid for by Meshbesher Spence.
Andrew Davick joins us from Meshbesher Spence. Andrew, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Wonderful. We're going to talk about some slips and falls.
Yep.
This is Slips and Falls month.
Well, yeah, you know, we're approaching winter, although it doesn't sound like this weekend's going to feel much like winter, which is going to be nice.
Yeah.
High school football games.
You can still slip on slippery leaves after a rain like this, you know.
You can, although I had the first to admit I've never handled a slippery leaf case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I tried to avoid
We'd rather
those.
not have a first.
I think more about the store inside a business or inside my garage. My garage floor is the slipperiest surface when it's wet or snow on the boots. It's the worst.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
All right, so what type of falls are you talking about here? I mean, ice and snow, but where? Are you talking about on public properties? Or
yeah, you see that.
companies?
I mean, typically it is, you know, the snow and ice case is on sidewalks, in front of businesses, in front of homes. You know, it's Minnesota, so it's a little more difficult because obviously it snows here.
Sure.
It's cold. It's icy.
It's tough on a business to keep that sidewalk clear up front.
Absolutely, and you know, generally speaking, I mean, there's a general rule in Minnesota that says that you have 24 hours from the time the storm ends to clear your walkway, your sidewalk, whatever it may be, and that gives, you know, business owners, homeowners ample time to, you know, go through and clean it up and clear it for, you know, people coming in, patrons.
But then there's that point where, come on, it's winter. You've got to know that there's a possibility that it's going to be slippery out there.
Absolutely. And, you know, what we often see from insurance companies, defendants, are claims of open and obvious danger. You know, you saw it. You saw that there was ice. You saw there was snow, yet you chose to encounter it. Our argument is, well, sometimes it's the only means of ingress and egress to and from a building. And so you still have a duty as a property owner to maintain the premises in a reasonably safe condition for those who enter. And if you don't do it, then you have potential liability.
I know once in a while you get a sidewalk in front of your home. Say you're on the home sidewalk in front, you got a little drainage that comes across the driveway or something, and then it refreezes, and somebody, you know, it gets pretty just like glass, and got a little angle on there and slippery. It may have happened overnight.
Yeah, and, you know, I think for plaintiffs' lawyers, sometimes those are actually the best cases. You know, if you have a artificial condition on your property and you have a circumstance where every time you have the freeze-thaw cycle and it becomes icy, or thaw-freeze cycle, it becomes icy, and it happens every single time, it puts the homeowner or the property owner on notice that there's a problem there and that they should remedy it. And so those are cases where liability is often stronger than a circumstance where it, you know, the day before you get some freezing rain and the property owner doesn't quite get, you know, all of the ice off the property. Because let's be honest, I mean, we all live here in Rochester, and last winter was a beast.
It was.
Sometimes you can get the ice out.
Yeah, I the part of our sidewalk in front of our home, we stopped shoveling just because we didn't want people on it.
Well, and if it gets so cold, the ice melt doesn't even work.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, it's really hard to maintain.
So you got to have a bucket of sand handy and throw that on there.
Bucket of sand, get out an ice chipper. It's a lot of work.
Gosh,
It
it's
is.
a great aggression.
right.
Though. Go out and chip some ice.
But is there a obviously, if somebody's not taking care of their sidewalk or entryway to a business or even their home, it's you know, it gets to be kind of obvious. But those that are making an honest effort to keep it clean, and if ice forms and somebody slips, they're still going to be liable?
Not necessarily. I mean, we tell people who come to our office who are injured in these types of incidents, first, absent of very significant injury, slip and fall cases are often quite difficult to pursue because liability is not always very clear. And there are and there are circumstances where the homeowners have made a reasonable effort to maintain the premises or a business in a reasonably safe condition, and sometimes the weather doesn't allow it, or as Tracy said, last winter, I mean, the ice built up so bad that, you know, there wasn't much you could do, quite frankly.
All right, somebody needs to get a hold of you at Meshbesher Spence.
Yeah.
What's the best way to do that?
Well, you can stop by our office here in Rochester. Call us at 507-280-8090 or www.meshbesher.com.
Excellent.